Hello, today I'm working on an AsusPro P2520LA. This computer has a bad power jack. I repaired the hinges on this a long time ago, about a year and like 13 or 14 months ago. The hinge repair is holding up, but the computer has some other issues as far as the bottom case having been damaged in the past, but nevertheless, it works. But the power jack has finally given way. There is damage to the case around the power jack. There's damage to the case around the power jack, and also the VGA port, when I opened this up before I ordered the power jack, was bent down. It looks like it's lined up okay, but it almost looks as if the power jack has pried, like this thing took a fall and maybe it pried the bottom case open. So it experienced some excessive forces. This computer has a mixture of screws, random screws that have just fit the purpose. It was missing a lot of screws when it first came in. Also, the plastic is broken out around this screw hole, so putting a screw in there wouldn't hold anything down. And these two screws are missing, and I've never been able to find a screw to fit. So this bottom case should just come off now. Although this screw never came out, it's stuck in the bottom case. I don't think it's attached to anything below. No, it's not. So it doesn't actually go into the hinge. I might replace that with a longer screw. On this case, the bottom case is connected by the speaker wire. So there's two speakers in the bottom case, so you need to disconnect this speaker wire before you can take it off. Power jack. So to get at the power jack, I need to remove the motherboard because it's soldered on. I tried to re-solder this one on, and it did work, but it's still very loose. There's physical damage to the plastic in the power jack. So I'm going to just remove the motherboard, solder a new power jack on. There are 3 ribbon cables up here, touchpad, fingerprint reader, and keyboard. And then there was this daughter board here, the Wi-Fi antenna wires. I think the fan can come out with the motherboard. So then there's 2 motherboard screws, one there and one here. I'm going to put some low melt solder on here first. I'll hit it with some flux. Now I'll blow hot air on it, as hot as it'll go. I actually want to stand this up on something so that the power jack has room to fall. I'm going to get my tweezers. goes. I thought it was going to fall down, but actually it had to come up. So that doesn't look so bad. Little jumper wire in there. From my previous repair. Now I'm going to suck the solder out, wick the solder out. That did a pretty good job. Oh, it looks okay. Looks a little bit burnt there, but the other side. Looks okay. Okay, which way does it go? The new jack is here. Okay, I can see from the position of that it will go on, it'll go like this, because that's the only way it'll fit. So that should fit right in there, and it does. Oh, that's brilliant. So that's flush mounted. Nice. Put a little flux on there. I'm going to turn my soldering iron down a little bit. It was at 450. I'll turn it down to 400. And I'll put away the low melt and I'll use just regular leaded solder. So it's still lower melt than factory, but it's not gonna be too soft. Let me go up a little hotter at this tip. There we go. How is this going to work? That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. Yeah. That looks really good, I think. I'm very happy with that. I don't solder every day, so I have this kind of system that I have to take out and put back every time I do. But that's okay. It's not so difficult. So now let's see if it works. I might plug HDMI in. And the SSD. I'll get the microscope out of here. I can't have both my microscope and HDMI at the same time because of my current setup. But that's okay. Probably USB keyboard and mouse just in case. And let's see if we get power. No. Oh, yeah, it's booting. There's just no fan. There it goes. Brilliant. That was very straightforward. Okay. Now to put it back together. So we've got those 3 ribbon cables up here I need to not pinch off. There we go. But also need to make sure that these all go into where they're supposed to go. Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. Motherboard screws. Put the SSD in. Now, I was wondering, I'll also slide the optical drive in. Okay, the Wi-Fi antenna wires. Probably put the Wi-Fi card in first. So then this hinge has to come over, and there's a grounding wire for the display that goes into a hinge screw. So then the 2 screws holding the optical drive. 4 screws holding the SSD. Oh no, goes in here, but I need to move this ribbon cable first. Let's see, I wanted to check, see if I can find a replacement for this screw. Oh, it's been glued. And it's the wrong screw. It's not long enough. So we need something like that, only longer. Might be a little bit longer. Let's see. Bites a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now we get a charge light. Oh, that feels so good. I need to find a screw for there. Yep, we have a charge light. Okay. Nothing long enough in there. Nope. I'm gonna just see if these extra long HP screws fit in there. If so, I can scrounge one of these. Nope, they're too fat. Alright, well, I have to advise the customer to replace those screws. But power jack replacement was a success. So thanks for watching.